Coach, you're #1 in total defense in the nation. I don't know if you knew that. Can you tell me if that says anything about your defense, what you've liked about what they've done so far?
Doesn't really say anything. It's only after 4 games in 1 month of the season, so if we're there after 12 games, and I think they'll say a lot about our defense. But we know we have a big challenge this week defending the Demon Deacons, so we'll see how we go this week.
What do you like about what they've done? What do they need to improve on defense?
Well, I think the first thing that helped is the front 4, the front 8 actually have stayed healthy. And, same thing with the linebackers. We've gotten a lot of them playing time through the first 4 games, which has helped. Certainly the secondary is still an area of concern to us, and, continuing work in progress. But, as long as they stay healthy and keep playing as hard as they're playing, they're going to give us a chance to be a pretty good defensive football team.
Do you have a missed tackle count from Saturday?
No, it's over 20 again. Of course, 7 were on 1 play, so.
What's acceptable, other than 0?
I think under 10. You'd like to be about, I would think 5 a game, an average would be pretty good. I mean, we couldn't get Dickerson down on the sideline over there. I think the whole team had a shot at him. But we were hustling to the ball, and that helps. We did get him down eventually.
Tom, how demanding is it to go out on the road right now at this stage of the season? I mean, you're a month into the season. If you haven't left home, it's a big adjustment, I would think, for the kids.
Well, it'll be new because, there's a lot of young kids that are playing for the first time, but hopefully we'll get senior leadership. And, I think you look at some of the guys that have been around, I think they've done a good job, especially, home game, preparing for games that we'll have to go on the, it's a big road trip, 2 hours down the road, but, at least we're going. We're not on an airplane, that's good.
When you grade, I'm not sure how you grade quarterbacks, but I'm assuming Russell must have a real high grade.
He had a winning grade.
Winning grade?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the top level?
Well, I mean, we grade to 100%, but, he wasn't above 90%, I can tell you that, no.
Tom Russell's
But I mean, we talk about having winning performances, and that goes in, grades are subjective too, but, people giving you a winning performance, and he certainly was one of the guys that gave us a winning performance on Saturday.
To get above 90, what does the quarterback have to do?
He's almost got to be perfect, and, he played 81 plays, so, he's got a little bit more margin for error there because there's more plays to grade, but he played as well as he's played this year on Saturday. I mean, that was by far his best effort.
He's the ACC's Offensive Back of the Week. Just talk a little bit about how deserving you think he is of that honor.
Well, certainly when you throw 4 touchdowns and no interceptions, you throw for a high percentage and lead your team to victory, you should be recognized for that effort. He was the focal point of everything. The 4th and 14 probably was a play that turned the game around for us, and that was just Russell being Russell. Was able to break contain. Once again, they were in man coverage, and everybody was run off and was able to take off down the boundary. And I think that was a key scramble of the football game for us.
Do you think he's playing back to the form, or even better than the form he had at the end of last season?
He's played that way as he's gone on. We ran into a pretty good defense first game of the year. Still, as I said, he gave you a chance to win the game by throwing the ball 3 times, catchable balls there at the end. So I don't think he hasn't played to his potential. I think he is getting better. This certainly was his best effort. And that was judged because we were playing on, a BCS conference team that is a pretty dang football team. We'll find out how good they are, as the season goes on.
What is Wake Forest offensively? Do they still do some of the orbit sweeps and
yeah,
stuff?
their flankers 3 and 2. They're the second. You combine their carries, they're right behind Adams, who's the #1 carry as a tailback guy. So I can't remember how many they've carried, but 34. I just wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. They've carried the ball 34 times. So they're back. They're lining up in a wishbone dead T look. They're lined up in some of the Paul Johnson bone look sometimes, back to the eye. So, it's more, last year I think when we played them, they had some problems. They were beat up in the offensive line. Their offensive line is all healthy now, and certainly with Skinner being a fourth-year quarterback, he's probably the most mature quarterback in this conference by a long stretch right now, so he's able to handle all those things. And they're leading the conference in total offense, I think.
It looked like staff, it looked like they just refused to quit running. They just wanted at all costs to establish it. Is that important for you guys to do with Russell, or do you?
No, we have to play the way we play, and, right now we're a little more of a throwing football team than we've been in the past. We're more of a spread the field to get guys on the field. That's, right now with Bowen's back, and hopefully Spencer will be able to make it to practice this week, that, one of the strengths of our offense is the quarterback and the wide receivers, so we have to keep them involved in the game. You look at coming in, we weren't sure what we had. Tony Baker and Eugene's missed a couple games because of injuries, so we've been a little banged up there. So, the more the backs get healthy and the more we get a little better up front, which we are improving a little bit on the offensive line. We finally got it back intact for this game. Maybe we'll be able to start running the ball a little more.
So you're hoping Spencer will make it back healthy this week?
Hopefully.
What were your thoughts on the line after watching the game again?
I think they were much better, and I think it helped to get them back. Certainly, we got some of the younger kids, Wallace played, Allen played, because they were able to play those two other games. And, got to rest some guys up front. Barbie went in and rested Mattis, and he played a little bit. So I think that, they're getting a little better. We've got a long way to go, but we're starting to, on one game performance now. I may not be saying this next Monday, but hopefully I am. Pleasure.
What happened with the clock on the goal line? Did you ever get an explanation?
Well, when I took the timeout, I asked, and they didn't tell me. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to start. It was an incomplete pass, so the clock was stopped. We had a procedure penalty. The clock never started. The game clock never started.
And it's a dead ball foul, so it's not
It's a
supposed
dead
to
ball,
start.
so it's not supposed to start. And, at the timeout, you would hope that either they would have corrected it when asked, and/or the replay crew would have done something, because a timing error is a correctable mistake.
The same exact thing happened apparently in the UNC Georgia Tech game. Do you guys talk to Doug on Sunday at some point all together?
No, we talked to him Saturday night.
Saturday night? I mean, does everybody, it's not, well, it could be on Saturday night, but everybody gets together at once. So if you've got something, you take it to Doug.
Mhm.
If Davis has something, he takes it to Doug, so.
I would presume that's how they would do it. I mean, Jim Bridge is my contact with Doug Rose, and, I told him after the game, as soon as the game was over, I wanted, to call in and get an explanation of why
Right.
it happened.
What, did you get a good explanation?
Yeah,
Acceptable?
it shouldn't have happened.
Okay.
But, it's, what good does it do now?
I know last game we had 5 different guys playing at the safety position. What was behind it's when you were guys playing?
Well, some of it had to do with situational things, and some of it just had to do with, as I said before, we're still in a flux trying to find, who the top 4 guys are. I mean, we haven't been really happy with a lot of things back there, so until somebody steps up and grabs a position, they'll probably keep rotating guys in and out.